Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here. We got a list of 8 properties, and I would say the quality is much better than yesterday. So I'm not sure if you watched the episode, but if you did, I think that today is certainly an upgrade. And so we're going to start off with this one on Main Street. It's Unit 306. It's in the Bristol on Main area. Nice upgrades, anything from the light fixtures to there's some wall sconces here. The kitchen has some fancier, the faucet. You've got the almost like a stainless steel backsplash. Wallpaper, again, sconces both rooms. You've got a chair rail here that continues in the bathroom. So overall, I think this one has had a lot of work done to it. Probably somewhere between a $10,000 and $20,000 premium compared to most of the 1+1s. And so I don't know if someone's going to see that much value in it. Certainly there's value. I could certainly see 10, 20 might be on the high side. But I have a feeling it shows really well in person, and all it takes is one person. I mean, the reason builders use model homes is because they work, and I think a really good looking place always commands a premium. We've talked about it many times on Daily Homes. So Farmstead is $400,000. It's the end unit. It's a little under 1,600 square feet. Nice finishes in here. The problem I have with this model, there's 2 of them, and they relate to each other, is the fact that you have to walk through the living room, so you sort of have this awkward configuration of furniture. And the second thing is it's not very open concept. So if you're in the kitchen, you can't watch the kids. You can't as easily have a conversation with your guests. The trend and the tendency for most people tends to be a much more open concept design. And they could have done it on this one. It wouldn't have been that difficult for them to create more of an open design with a little breakfast bar over here, but they elected not to. And I think that that's what most people look for these days. And I don't know why in those 9 photos, at least as powerful as the kid's bedroom, which is nice, by the way, but I think at least as powerful is having a shot of the finished basement if it is finished. I think the finished basement is the reason why this one would sell. There's also a condo fee of somewhere between $50 and $100 a month, which includes road maintenance. So the home itself is a freehold home, but it's attached to a condo, a common element, which is the road. And so for garbage removal and snow removal, you've got to pay into a condo association. So it's affiliated with basically a shared element. But the home itself, it is considered freehold. So we call that POTL, and we've talked about it in past episodes. Scott Boulevard is 408. It looks like a Rothmill end. And so you've got your main floor family room here. And then you move upstairs, you've got another family room, bit of a different floor color and feeling up here. And then your kitchen is pretty open concept. There's the other front room that we just looked at with the hardwood. And then you've got 3 bedrooms upstairs. Pretty good size. I don't know if the kitchen is really going to win someone over and wow them, but I think that it makes a lot of sense. And these have been good sellers recently. And so 1,700 square foot version sold right under 4. So a little bit bigger. With the end unit, I certainly think is not that far off. We've got this one on Joyce here. Looks like they've converted the garage into a bit of a living space. So this can be an ideal setup to access the basement if you've got older relatives that don't want a lot of stairs. So it can be an ideal setup for like a basement, second suite, that kind of thing. It is gas forced air. There are some parts of Joyce that are still electric baseboard. And there's some parquet floor through most of the bedrooms. And so, it looks, there's a little sauna on the bottom floor. The fact that they've got 4 bedrooms all on the main level, I think, is a good thing. They are running into some competition for a little bit less in the neighborhood right now. Zoost it's called Zest, pardon me. It's $519. It looks like Zeus, but it's pronounced Zest. 1835 square feet, plan 4. At $519, there have been some big sales, but I still think that this is a little bit high. It's nicely finished. I have full confidence that somebody's going to be impressed when they walk in. It's one of my favorite floor plans. They've done the molding up on the second level, which is rare. You don't see a lot of that. You'll see it on the main floor, but not often on the second. And they've got a good balance of patio plus some grass. And it would surprise me if I saw this model sell for close to what they're asking. Between 5 and 510, I think, is certainly possible given what else is sold. Tupper Drive is 550, double car garage, more than 2,000 square feet. Same as last one, pretty good moldings up top, stainless steel appliances, upgraded countertops, and they have a finished basement. I think the finished basement is the thing that pulls this one just a step beyond most of the other homes in the neighborhood. So that's a good listing. That's probably one of my favorites of the day. Wettlaufer is 619, and so we're talking about 2650 square feet. And so part of this home is staged, and so my feedback is the same. Number one, I don't know if the butcher block counter is really going to wow people. Got to put the appliances in. The whole thing about staging is that you want the home to feel more comfortable, more enticing. And so if you walk into the kitchen, I don't care how many couches and chairs and things that you put in a house, green apples, you gotta put some appliances in. That would be a very smart investment for them. And the same thing as window coverings too. I mean, we talk more about appliances for those empty homes, but put some window coverings in, even just some basic blinds. It's going to help with the sale because people can imagine themselves in the home. And so there's all these ladders everywhere in this house too. There's a ladder there, there's another ladder here. The floor plan's pretty good. They've chosen some good upgrades, but I just think that the finished product should put some towels on the rack. Those kind of things are very simple, but if you're going to go halfway, go all the way, because it makes such a big difference to the final results. There's 3 full bathrooms upstairs as well. I don't think they're that far off. I would certainly put that one as a competition for yesterday's favorite. Lincoln is 709, and so it's the stone and stucco elevated or upgraded. It's one of the better elevations of this model. It's about 2,800 square feet, and they've got a big pie-shaped lot, which I think is their main selling feature. And so it's a good floor plan too. You walk right in the front door, you see the dining room ahead of you. There's a separate living room. I like the separation of living and dining because your living can be used for so many things. If you don't want a formal living room, home office, that kind of stuff. But when it's all one room, it can be a little tougher to design. The advantage of the combined living dining room is if you have a huge dining table or if you want to do big dinner parties, you can configure it so your table can be a lot bigger. The cabinets are really good. Counters are a little bit more basic. Lots of molding in today's episode. For some reason, we've had a good amount of crown moldings show up today. And California shutters. The big selling feature is this. And Lincoln's a good crescent. It's a good quiet street. Lots of nice homes. The pie shape would certainly work functionally. What I find is even more important than the pie shape in a head-to-head battle is having privacy. That seems to be the number one thing. And if you look at all the homes that have really sold for the record numbers, almost all of them have some level of privacy where you don't feel like your neighbors are just staring right into your backyard. It's a very nice house. And so that's the list for today. There's 8 properties. And if you want to see any of these homes, definitely give us a call. We've got a great process of educating a buyer and really helping them save time and a lot of money, and we'd love to help you out. So have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.